My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Aftershock. Now, I was originally going to do a ranking of all the Beverly Hills Cop movies here, but with the fourth one coming out so soon, I'm going to wait till that movie comes out and do it then. So, truth is, I had an empty spot and I just picked a random movie. So, I'm reviewing Aftershock, a movie that I've owned for a very long time, and I'm just finally watching it now, and I'm going to give it away because this is a bad movie I never see myself revisiting. But let's begin talking about what I did like, and I think there's legitimately some really shocking moments. Like, a character just gets saved from this terrible situation and then gets shot right afterwards. And I'm like, oh, I actually didn't predict that. I felt like any one of the characters could die at any time. No one felt safe. There was a point in the movie where they go to these people for help, and the people are just like, no, get lost, pretty much. Well, one person is. So I like that. You kind of feel hopeless for the main characters. And without giving anything away, I do love the ending. I could see some people being put off by it, calling it nihilistic, and it is to a degree, but I think it works with the tone of this movie. And speaking of tone, even though it comes out of left field and it's just kind of comes and goes immediately, I really like it when this movie is schlocky, when it's campy. Like, there's this one scene where someone's coming out of a pothole and they just stick their head out and it gets hit by a vehicle just like that. And it caught me off guard, and I thought it was a very funny moment in a campy type of way. There was this one scene where someone loses a hand and it goes from shocking to dumb incredibly fast, and I'm like, okay, this kind of works for me. But it's really only present in those two moments. So there's moments of this movie that I liked, where I see what this movie is going for. But also, truth be told, I could not care less about any of these characters. I did not care if any of them lived or died. There was zero emotional investment. And there was a good half hour to 40 minutes setting up all these characters. And if you're going to do that and have unlikable characters, you've got to at least make them interesting. And that's not the case with this movie. I couldn't have cared less if anyone died or not. I wasn't interested by the characters and how they act. And the acting behind them wasn't able to elevate them in any ways either. So a huge part of the movie doesn't work for this reason. But also, it just goes on and on and on without any bit of wisdom or flow to it. What are we building to? What are we trying to get away from? Like, it's just an earthquake happens, and the movie takes place after that, when lamp posts have fallen and there was some terrible people on the street. But like, it just needed a bit more to happen on a narrative level. And it just relies on shock value way too much. Like I said, there are some good shocking moments that caught me off guard, but there's also the kind of shocking moments where characters do despicable things, and it's supposed to be like, look how dark and edgy this movie is. And it just turned me off from it entirely. I also felt like some of the music choices were really bad, and considering we don't get enough movies about earthquakes, it's very disappointing we only get the one early on. Like, it would have been nice if we got that earthquake and maybe some more happened during the movie. You know, just, you've got a premise, utilize it. But then it just deals with the aftermath, and it's in the title, to be fair, Aftershock, not Join Shock, but still. So I don't really have a ton to say on this movie. There's moments that I liked, Those moments where I saw potential, you know, if you look at a movie like The Mist, well, it's best when it's focusing on these people and how they'll be acting in just these terrible circumstances. It highlights humanity and just how terrible we can be in when all hope is lost. And I feel like this movie is trying to do something like that, but it's just not effective at it. You've got characters that I hated. You've got a story that just drags on, relying on shock value. And yeah, it's just a very forgettable movie. So I'm going to go ahead and give Aftershock a 3 out of 10. Okay, what did you think of Aftershock? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for some more videos soon. And Gavin